And it's time for the squat chain here in round 5 of the push-pull squat challenge. And today we're going to be exploring one of the lesser known ways to train your legs that not only improves strength and stability, but also is a good mobility training exercise as well. Step-ups are one of my favorite ways to train the legs, especially for application in things like hiking and climbing activities. And they're pretty versatile too, because you can do them either alternating back and forth, or you can just simply stay on one side and really drive a lot of fatigue into one leg. Step-ups also amplify any sort of instabilities and weaknesses that may be holding you back as a whole when it comes to your lower body training, because it is unilateral and there's not a lot of support from the upper body and lower body for most of each repetition. However, there is one very big, not so much a problem, but issue that can greatly reduce the intensity of the exercise, is that even though this leg should be doing the lion's share of your work, it's always tempting and very easy to push off your back leg to the point where this leg is barely doing anything. And you'll see that sort of thing in gyms all the time, where people will have a barbell on the back or heavy dumbbells and they're just kind of alternating back and forth. Not only are they not really getting that full extension at the top, but with both legs working, it's really hard to effectively train the lower body. So today's tech tip is all about how you use that assistance leg when you're doing your step-ups. Instead of having your foot flat on the ground, especially far away, because if my weight is back, then I'm definitely pushing off that back foot a lot. You want to get as much weight onto that front leg as possible and only touch your heel to the ground while pulling up with the balls of your feet. You may need to have a bit of touch with your toes onto the box depending on what you're doing. Leaning forward, arms are out, and now that front leg does about 90% of the work, and the back leg hardly has any resistance on it. We're sticking with our program of sets of 7 on each leg, and don't alternate back and forth unless you're really trying to make this a bit more of a cardiovascular exercise. So perform 7 repetitions on one side, then rest a little bit, 7 repetitions on the other, as many strong sets as you can, adding weight as necessary to turn this into a true strength exercise. And then as a finisher, to round things out, we're going to be doing lateral skip squats. So once again, arms out forward, hips nice and low, and jumping to the side, back and forth. You can go for distance if you prefer, but I've always kind of liked to stay in place, and you're just using whatever is left in your quads and your hips, back and forth, aiming for 20 repetitions or maybe as much as a minute for 1 to 2 sets. Check out the first 2 videos here, round 5 of the push-pull squat challenge. Tomorrow is all about our core workout. Check out the first 2 videos here for push and pull for the push-pull squat challenge. And tomorrow we'll be talking about all of your core and active recovery day. See you then. Be fit, live free.